Good morning. It's Saturday. Well, is it morning? It could be afternoon by now. It is just past noon. So that means it is the afternoon. So good afternoon, everybody. This is Brunansky's Vlog live on Facebook. We're going to give everybody a second here to hop in, and then we'll get this thing started. We've got a lot to talk about today. We have two reviews that we're going to do. I was able to get out to the movies to see two different films, and those were Black Panther, as well as I was able to get out to see the stop motion animation Early Man. Plus, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Friday's box office report, even though for some of you guys, you might not be surprised at all by what the box office is looking like, especially with Black Panther. But some of you might, and I think it's worth talking about. So we're going to take a look at that. Give us a second here, and we'll get this started. Give everybody a second to hop in, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. This is Brunansky's Vlog. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeremy Brunansky with Brunansky's Vlog. I've got my iced tea. I've got my iced tea here. I've got the box office report from this weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look at one news story then that dropped this morning. We are live right now. We are going to cover Friday's box office. So for this weekend's box office, on these Facebook Live sessions, we do like to cover the weekend box office. So what does that mean? That means that this is pretty impressive, as you'll hear in a minute. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, so don't worry. In theory, that film should have done gangbusters. This movie is so much fun. I think the rewatchability factor is super high. Wow, this was actually a fun time. I'm on board. Sign me up. Game over. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. All right, let's just get into it. Number 5 for 4, and number 3, number 2, and number 1. Good morning. We're back. Thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream on Facebook Live. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's Vlog on Facebook Live. We also do the weekly show on YouTube that drops every Monday at 10 a.m. PST. So make sure you go over to the YouTube channel and you click that subscribe button over there as well. Because we are shooting for the 100 mark for subscribers. We're a couple away from that right now, so I think we're at 92 as of last night. So we need about 8 more people to hit that goal. So go ahead and head over to the YouTube channel, Brunansky's Vlog, click that subscribe button, and then also go ahead and click the little bell, bing! That way you get the notifications whenever new content drops. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to go ahead and cover 2 non-spoiler reviews for Black Panther and Early Man, both very different films, but still slightly similar. We'll talk about it. And then we're also going to look at Friday's box office. And then the Berlin Film Festival is going on, and there was at least one story that dropped from there that I was interested in. So we'll take a look at that as well. And finally, before we close out, we're going to take a look at what's arriving this month back on the big screen with Fathom Events and Turner Classic Movies. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead now, and I don't have my iced tea today. If you follow Brunansky's Vlog on Twitter, which you guys should all be doing, we've crossed over 1,000 followers on the Twitter page. So thank you to everybody on Twitter who's following along. Appreciate that. But if you follow us on Twitter, you heard from my Periscope last night that I did here in the office before I left. I think I got out of here last night at around 12:30, almost 1 a.m. Trying to get everything wrapped up before I came back today to do this live show and then everything else. So last night I talked about how it's been kind of rainy here, which is weird because it's like February and it feels like winter now. Then now that it's February and it's almost springtime, it actually feels like winter, which is weird. But the last couple of days it's actually been like coffee weather or hot tea weather. So I've been drinking hot tea and coffee instead of iced tea. But anyway, so I've got my coffee here, and we are going to jump right into this week's box office report for Friday. It's actually been super nice here lately, and it kind of reminded me of growing up. Like, I grew up here, but then all of my family, like my first cousins and grandparents and uncles and aunts, were all in Southern California. So, I grew up here, but then also, I grew up in West Covina and Hacienda Heights, so just, near Anaheim and everything else. So, it's taking me back to fun childhood with grandparents and Disney and everything else because of the weather being so similar to what I grew up with when I would go visit all my cousins and everything else. So but that's besides the point. Let's jump in now to Friday's box office report. and take a look at what everybody was seeing Thursday, Friday. So coming in, on this show, we do number 5 to number 1. And then we'll take a look at maybe the top 10, see if there's anything that surprises us. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Number 5, we have, excuse me, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, coming in at 1,900,000. Coming in at number 4, we have the 1517 to Paris at 2,075,000. Coming in at number 3, Peter Rabbit at 4,125,000. Coming in at number 2, 50 Shades Freed at 5,657,000. And coming in at number 1, Black Panther at $75,808,000. $75 million. My goodness. My goodness. That number is beyond impressive. Look, we'll get into it, but I've seen Black Panther twice and it's only Saturday morning. So did I enjoy the film? I mean, one could argue that I did, right? Based off of that. But let's take a look. Let's stay on track here. Let's stay on focus. I'm super tired today. So this Facebook Live might get weird because when I'm tired, you never know. So let's see here. So we have in the top 5, Jumanji, 1517 to Paris, Peter Rabbit, 50 Shades Freed, Black Panther. It's kind of all over the board for the top 5 because you have Black Panther, which is a Marvel movie, 50 Shades Freed, which is adult, Peter Rabbit, which is family friendly, unless you, I don't know what's going on with people on the internet and Peter Rabbit. Like the extreme variations that I found online for people that are like, this movie like supports bullying, and then like all of the other people that are like, I see similarities to like how they're trying to like kill people. Like it's Peter Rabbit, people. It is Peter Rabbit. Like stop like forcing and injecting your ridiculousness into a family movie. Like calm down, pump the brakes, take a nap, right? Go take a hot shower, do whatever you got to do to get rid of all of this stress and stop projecting your idiocies into a family movie. Like, my goodness, I was just scrolling through Twitter and I was like, how is this the most controversial? How is Peter Rabbit the most controversial movie of 2018? Like, what is going on in life? How is this reality? But anyway, family movie, go see it if you haven't seen it. Reviews up on the channel. If you haven't seen the review yet, I'll throw the card up right here. You can just click on that and that will take you right to the review for Peter Rabbit. 1517 to Paris, Clint Eastwood film. Kind of, it's a documentary, not documentary, but it's like a biopic, but not a biopic. Kind of weird. Still good if you enjoy those types of films. I'll go ahead and throw that review up right here too, so you can check that out because I saw that as well. And then Jumanji. I mean, everybody knows I like Jumanji. Jumanji was a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen it yet, still don't know what you're waiting for. Football's over, so there are no more sports. Sports are done until next football season, right? So no more sports. Go see movies. And definitely check out Jumanji. Coming in the top 10, Winchester, Samson, Maze Runner, The Death Cure, Early Man, The Greatest Showman. Really surprised, after having seen Early Man, really surprised that this film is not in the top 5. But that was Friday, right? Families are going to go see family movies on the weekends. So there's a possibility that come Monday when we get back together here on Facebook Live and go over the weekend box office report, that Early Man could jump up. Now, Early Man's trailers are garbage. They just were. Like, I was like, I'm not, in my opinion, I was like, I'm not excited to see this film. I don't even know if I want to see this film. But thanks to Movie Pass, I didn't have to pay to see Early Man. So, yeah, so I went to see Early Man. And I actually am happy that I went because the movie was better than the trailers led me to believe, because the trailers were garbage. But I'm sure Early Man will creep into the top 5, maybe, by Monday. So I'll have to wait and see on that. Maze Runner I enjoyed. The Greatest Showman, again, just like Jumanji, these films have legs. People keep going back and back and back for more viewings. And then Samson just came out. I'm not surprised that that's in the top 10. I think that might move a little higher in the top 10. I haven't seen it, but religious films usually do like decent when it comes to like the opening weekend. And then there might be like a steep decline of over 60% or more in box office from week 1 to week 2. But not surprised it's in the top 10 for the first week. Like I said, we'll probably see it move up maybe one spot, maybe by Monday, but we'll have to wait and see there. And then Winchester I still haven't seen, but And I haven't really been seeing any positive feedback on it either online, which is kind of surprising that it's still in the top 10 when I really haven't been seeing like anything that's like, yeah, go check it out. Like if you like this type of film, like I haven't even seen that. Like even to the people that the film is kind of like geared towards, like the horror crowd, I'm not even seeing like them be like, yeah, go check it out. Like we like horror, so you should go check it out because you might like it because it's like, I'm not even seeing that. Like I'm just not seeing positive reactions on this film. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at there. But that's the top 10, right? So Black Panther cruising in the #1 spot. This, I mean, like it'd be like me trying to race anybody that's a professional racer. Like it just, they'd be yards ahead of me and I'd just be like, oh, forget it. It'd be like Andy Dwyer in The Office, like trying to keep up with somebody like who's an actual runner. That's kind of what Black Panther is this week as far as the lead goes for box office numbers. Like crazy good numbers. And as we'll talk about right now, totally warranted. So again, we're going to move now into the non-spoiler reviews of Black Panther as well as Early Man. Actually, no, we'll hold off on that. That way you guys can just tune out if you don't want to hear those spoilers. You don't want any info, right? You want to go in blind. You don't want to have any preconceived whatevers when you go see the film. So we'll hold off. We'll jump into the Berlin Film Festival here real quick. We'll touch on that. Just again, if you're watching this right now, thank you so much. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, thank you guys as well. But let's jump into the Berlin Film Festival, just the one bit of news there, and then also we'll look at Fathom Events and Turner Classic Movies. Then we'll do the non-spoiler reviews. That way you know the last segment of this show is going to be the reviews, and if you want to tune out and then come back later after you've seen the movie, golden. All right, so Berlin Film Festival is going on, or was going on, and there's still news dropping from it, people talking about the movies, they saw everything else. There's really only one film that I'm seeing anything about that I have like an interest, like a big interest in seeing. One of my more anticipated films of the year, Isle of Dogs. I cannot wait to see this movie. It comes out in March. I believe it comes out on my birthday. So the movie's about a boy and his dog, and you got me. I'm there for that. Stop motion animation, just like Early Man. So hopefully, you know, it's as good as people are giving it credit for being right now from the festival. So let's go ahead, and I found some tweets. I'm going to go ahead and throw these tweets up here. Give me 1 second. And you can kind of see what some of the people are saying who are already there, who have already seen it. So here you go. We got 4 different tweets from 4 folks who were there that saw it. Excuse me, I had to get a water. Okay, so it goes, Alex Billington says, yeah, so Isle of Dogs is an extra funky pro-dog stop-motion excellence. A truly one-of-a-kind Wes Anderson creation. Steve Frosty Weintraub from Collider says, as a stop-motion fan, absolutely blown away by Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs. The level of detail in every shot is jaw-dropping. Want to watch it again. Being able to stop it on every frame. Also love the story and characters. Such a great movie. Martin Contiero says, Isle of Dogs is an adorable and typically eccentric tale by Wes Anderson, reaffirming dogs are truly man's best friend. Alexandra Desplat's score is special too. Dogs rule. And then the last one here we have is from, is that Pattylicious? Is that how you say that? Pattylicious. And Pattylicious says, Isle of Dogs is Wes Anderson at his most joyful. Extremely warm and funny with fantastic visuals. For a dog lover, it's a must. For everyone else, well, it's also a must. So there you go. There's 4 folks who have seen Isle of Dogs about a little over a month early, and they had pretty positive things to say about it. So I'm excited about it. I believe this comes out on my birthday in March, so super excited about that. I guess that is what I will treat myself to for my birthday. So is a showing of Isle of Dogs. So pretty excited about that. Can't wait to see it. If you haven't seen the trailer for it yet, I definitely recommend checking that out. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The score and just the trailer alone, also very good. The sound effects for like the fight scene when they're on the island and everything else with like the dust cloud of them fighting in different areas. All looks really good. Check it out. Isle of Dogs. And the cast. my goodness, the cast. They pulled out some of the best talent in Hollywood to do the voice work. And my goodness, check it out. Watch the trailer. Next month, Isle of Dogs. All right, so I got the Turner Classic Movies here. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because maybe you want to go to the movies, but you're like, there's just nothing for me at the movies. I don't know why you'd say that, because right now there's a lot of good stuff at the movies, as you just heard about in the top 10. But maybe you are. Maybe you're just like, nah, nothing for me. Okay, so I got this little magnet here. Ta-da! Wait, there we go. Got this little magnet here, and I got it at the movie theater. They were handing it out. They had one of these little tables set up. And sometimes I go in and they have like posters, like artwork for movies, and they just like give it away for free. And so this time I walked up and they just had these little like calendar reminders for Fathom Event specials. So I was like, I'll pick one of those up. So tomorrow, and then on the 21st, they have the Philadelphia story is going on. So, and that's from 1940. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to go check that out. Again, that is tomorrow, the 18th and the 21st. Fathom Events is putting on a special showing of the Philadelphia story. So you might want to go check that out. Hit up the internet. Check your theaters, because it will show up. So if you go to like the AMC website or the Harkins or wherever does Fathom Events in your area, Regal Theaters, whatever the case may be, just go there. Or you can go to the Fathom Events website and check it out, and you can see which theaters are actually participating in this special showing. I've done Fathom Events a couple times. I saw the original Ghostbusters. I saw All About Eve. What else did I see? I saw more recently. I just saw one too. Oh, Casablanca. So like they have these old films or older films, and then they reshow them on the big screen. And then Ben Mankiewicz from Turner Classic Movies comes on and kind of tells you like behind the scenes stuff that was going on that either made the film special or made the fact that the film even got made something special because of how many complications there were. It's a lot of fun. It's Fathom Events. It is an event for when you go because, like I said, you get to watch the movie. You get a little bit beforehand with Ben Mankiewicz. He talks about the movie and everything else, and then you get the movie, and then after the movie, he comes back and he talks even more about the film and stuff like that. So definitely worth your time if you're into watching older films on the big screen, which I am. So check that out again. That's the Philadelphia story, February 18th, tomorrow, Sunday, and the 21st. So go ahead and hit up the website. Whoop, I'm back. And find out which theaters are participating in that event near you. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the non-spoiler reviews now for Black Panther and Early Man. Bum, bum, bum. If you have no interest in hearing these reviews before you see the film, now would be the time to say goodbye. And then come back and watch the non-spoiler reviews afterwards and see what I think. The full spoiler review is going up Monday on Monday's episode. So check that out. And then we'll be right back here to talk more about everything in Black Panther on Facebook Live here. So check it out. Again, this is your warning. We're going into the non-spoiler reviews. But if you're like, no, I don't want any info. I want to go in blind. Sign off. Goodbye. Bon voyage. Arrivederci. And we will see you on Monday, 10 a.m. PST for a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's get into the non-spoiler reviews of Black Panther and Early Man. So you just heard Black Panther, $75 million plus for Friday's box office report. Huge, huge. A while back, John Campea posted something about the February box office numbers and how it was possible that Black Panther could inch its way up to Deadpool, which I think Deadpool is at 180 or 160 million, somewhere around there. And I replied back and I said, look, I think that this could actually beat Deadpool. And that was weeks ago. And now with what we're seeing with tracking numbers, all the positive feedback, like the number has gone from like 80 million to 100 to 120 million to 125 million to 140 million to 160 million. So it's like it just keeps gaining speed on how much we think this film is actually going to make opening weekend. And right now with $75 million, this film, they're projecting as of this morning a $200 million opening domestically just for the US. And I think that's warranted because the film starts off by giving us the backstory on the nation of Wakanda, right? It gives us the history of the nation. It tells us about the vibranium that we learned about in Captain America Civil War. Also, we've known about Wakanda since Iron Man, or Iron Man 2? Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3. There's that thing in the background when he's talking to Nick Fury that has Wakanda on the map. So, and that all ties into what I think, could be wrong, but we have to save this portion of the show. We have to save this portion of the spoiler review for Monday. But there's a possible tie-in to something else, I can't go into it, not today, non-spoilers, but we'll talk more about that on Monday. But there's a possible tie-in, and we find out about Wakanda back in Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3. So we've known this place has been in existence well before Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War comes around, you know, the shield and everything else, his suit, his claws, Black Panther's claws. So did you need to see Captain America Civil War before you see Black Panther? No, you don't. You don't. Black Panther does a really good job of giving you reminders. This is what happened in Captain America Civil War that's important to this story. Not everything that happens in Captain America Civil War is important to the story that Ryan Coogler wanted to tell with the Black Panther film by itself. And they do a great job in this film of giving you just what you need to remember from that film for this film. So you don't need to go back and watch it. You can if you want. I encourage you to, because there's, you know, it's a good movie, and plus it'll be fresh in your mind about everything. Because this film feels like it picks up right after the events of Captain America Civil War. So if you finished Captain America Civil War, you could immediately start Black Panther. So if you had both of them on Blu-ray, you could start one and then the other, because it feels like as Black Panther is leaving to head back to Wakanda, like that he's literally flying back right after catching Zemo. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like there's no time wasted at all. One movie ends, now the other one is beginning, and that's literally where it picks up. And then they go through the whole trials and tribulations of like trying to become king, what the rituals are in the nation as to how you become king, everything else. There's 3 villains in this film. And I know everybody's like, Michael B. Jordan, he was the best villain. He's a villain. I personally don't believe he was the actual antagonist of the film. I don't. After 2 viewings, the first viewing, I was like, is Michael B. Jordan the actual villain in this film or not? And then the very next morning I went back and saw it again, and I was like, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. And I can't go into the villain. I'll just say that. I can't go into the villain of Black Panther on this because this is a non-spoiler. But I will say, I don't believe 100% that Michael B. Jordan was the main antagonist. Now, he may be credited as the main antagonist, but as any artist knows, when you set out to create something, you create it with thoughts in your head about what you want to achieve. And then the final product may present something entirely different that maybe you didn't even realize you could create. Or maybe you did subconsciously, like you like had this thing in your head and you're like, I'm just going to put it out. And then subconsciously something else manifests itself. And you're like, wow, I was trying for this, but this is even better. I feel like that's what happened with Black Panther. I feel like Ryan Coogler set out and Michael B. Jordan was supposed to be the villain, but then something else happens that's even bigger. And I was just like, oh, that's it. There it is. And so after my second viewing, I was completely just like, wow, this film is really, really good. Like they did an incredible job with this film. But like I said, I know everybody's like Michael B. Jordan, villain. Marvel's got villain problems, but Michael B. Jordan, I still don't, after my second viewing, I can't sit here and tell you that he is definitively the villain. He is definitively the antagonist to the protagonist of Black Panther in this film, because there's other factors at play. I got to be very careful how I say this. There are other factors at play that lead me to believe he is not the main antagonist of the film. So check it out. It's really good. Also, his character feels so unique in this film. Like everybody else feels like they're part of this world. They feel like they're part of Wakanda. They all have really great on-screen chemistry. And then just like in Captain America Civil War, when Black Panther comes in and he kind of just runs his own storyline right through the story, that's kind of what Michael B. Jordan does in this film, Like he's just kind of running through, like he doesn't feel like he belongs in this world. He doesn't feel like it's just his character is more caricature than character, if that makes sense. So, but he does a really good job in it. I don't really have a problem with most of this film. There's a couple of little things here and there where I was like, meh, but otherwise, great film. It's in my review on Monday. I talk about how this film feels like a spy meets Top Gun meets science fiction martial arts film. And it's, man, I went in and I was like, this is probably going to have some really cool stuff in it. And then they took some twists and some turns and I was just like, wow. And on Monday, we'll talk about some of those twists and turns a little bit more because I think without, again, gotta be very careful here, but without going into specifics about what we know of films that are going to be moving closer to phase 4, I feel like this film in particular is helping set the groundwork for the next phase of the MCU. I think I'm safe to say that without giving any spoilers away. So we're just going to leave it at that. All of the characters in this are really good. The character of Shure had one of my favorite moments, and that is because she is the sister to Black Panther, to T'Challa, and he comes down to talk about like his new suit and what the next mission is going to be. She kind of is like Q, if you're a James Bond fan. She kind of plays like the character Q. So he comes down to talk to her, and she like freaks out on him because of his footwear, and that did get an audible laugh out of me in the movies. She was really good. She was a really fun character in this film. She did a great job of being just this heartfelt, lovable person who also is going to take no mess from anybody. So really good there too. So check that out. Black Panther, $75 million, totally worth every penny. Like I said, I've seen it twice, saw it in IMAX, saw it in regular. I recommend IMAX because what they do with this film is worth the IMAX ticket price. All right, Early Man. Early Man is the stop motion one about you see that giant duck in the trailer, right? You see how they're like trying to play soccer. Whew, man, the trailers are bad for this film. Like I said, I did not have any interest in seeing this film. I was like, nah, whatever. And then the film, like I was going to do it. I did a double feature yesterday. And I was like, this is the film out of the ones that I haven't seen. This is the one that's playing closest to Black Panther. By the time I get out of that, this is the next one that's going to be showing up. So I was like, all right, I'll go see Early Man. Use my movie pass for that, so I didn't have to pay for it. And actually, I'm really happy I went to see Early Man. It's actually a much better film than the trailers led me to believe. It's goofy, right? It's 90 minutes, just a little under 90 minutes. So, and it doesn't feel like 90 minutes at all. Like I sat down and then like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later is what it felt like. Like we're halfway into the movie and then all of a sudden like the movie's over and I was like, whoa, this movie is cooking. This movie is cooking. It was a lot of fun. It's goofy. It's just a goofy film about soccer and caveman versus the more refined, I guess, the more refined people of the Bronze Age. So like it's a nice little back and forth there on like moving forward in life and progressing, but are you really progressing? Because like you see what this new group of humans, or I guess, yeah, this new group of humans is like interested in versus what the cavemen are interested in. And you kind of wonder like which group has it better? Like which one is doing kind of more with their life? Like it's a fun little film. It doesn't go too deep into stuff. Again, like there's a training montage where people are trying to learn how to play soccer. That's fun. There's a couple really good characters in it. There's a boar, like a pig, you know, like the boars. There's a pig boar thing. He has a lot of really good humor in this movie. Lord Newth, who's voiced by Tom Hiddleston, he's got some really funny parts in it. There's like a scene with him and the boar that just killed me. It reminded me of a scene from Blazing Saddles. And I was like, this is good. You'll know it when it hits because it takes place in like his bathroom chambers. It's really funny. And then there's this messenger bird that pops up a couple times in the film. And I was not prepared for the messenger bird. I was like, where are we going with this? And then the messenger bird kind of does this thing. So I was like, that was actually pretty funny. Overall, I had a really good time at the movie. It's not a great film. It's just a fun, goofy film. And if you want to take your kids to go see just a fun, goofy film, hey, there it is. Early Man. I enjoyed it. I would recommend seeing it earlier, before noon. So you have to pay like the $5 for the matinee price instead of the full ticket price right after noon. But to go check it out before noon, do a family day, because it's just a fun family film about soccer. And it's got a lot of goofball humor in it. So check it out. All right. And that wraps up this Facebook live stream right here on Facebook for Saturday morning. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, because as I always say, the thumbs up helps people who like movie related shows find this movie related show on Facebook and YouTube. Also, again, we're trying to get to that 100 mark on YouTube. So for subscribers. So if you haven't yet clicked subscribe, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get the notifications, and that way you'll get notified whenever we drop new content on the channel. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I've got some more work I got to do to get everything ready for Monday's episode. Again, that'll be a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog dropping at 10 a.m. PST on YouTube Monday morning. And then right after that, we'll be back here on Facebook Live to talk a little bit more movie news, the weekend box office, spoilery-filled reviews for Black Panther. So yeah, and if you guys have an opportunity, go check out Philadelphia Story. If it's playing at your local movie theater for Fathom Events and Turner Classic Movies, you might enjoy it. It's a really fun movie. I'm looking forward to going to see it if I can get the time tomorrow. If I can't, then I'll have to wait until the 21st. But otherwise, go check it out if you have the time. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you guys have enjoyed everything so far. And we will see you Monday on YouTube, 10 a.m. PST, for a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog. And then right back here to talk more movie news with you. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy Brunansky, and you've just finished watching a Facebook Live replay. Now, if you enjoyed that, you may also want to check out the weekly show playlist, as well as the movie news playlist, which covers just the news segments from every Monday's episode. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe. We'll see you guys next Monday right here on YouTube for a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog at 10 a.m. PST. Have a great week. Take care.